Assalamualaikum and a very good evening to everyone. I am Asyiela Putri and I'm with my friend Azim. We are your moderators for tonight and you are watching the third episode of Student Tanya Alumni Jawab. Before we go any further, I shall tell you a bit about our programs. So this program is an initiative by FCM to share with everyone about the career prospects, life, age, opening, and many more interesting stories from the alumni. Together with us, we are so honored to have our three respectable alumni. Azim, you may start to introduce our guests.
All right, thank you, Asyiela. Okay, before they introduce themselves, I would like to share a little bit of our alumni background. Okay, we start with Mr. Jazmi Jamal from Bachelor of Multimedia in Digital Media class of 2008. And I heard that he currently doing his PhD in Creative Multimedia. All right, next we have, for our second guest, we have Miss Amelia Rashid from Bachelor of Creative Multimedia in Media Innovation class of 2009, who currently is a lecturer in INTI College, Subang, and she was also lead videographer and management for Tonton under Media Prima Digital, which is Malaysian #1 digital media group. Last but not least, we have Miss Harim Hamdan from Bachelor of Creative Multimedia in Media Innovation class of 2008, and now currently is a program leader in KLMUC.
Woo! Okay, now I would like the alumni to further introduce themselves. We can start with Miss Amelia dulu.
Hello everybody, hi, good evening. Nice to meet you. So I graduated in the Bachelor's of Multimedia, majoring in Media Innovation. You just need to okay. Now known as Advertising Design. So I have previously worked in the media and entertainment industry for about 7 years, I would say, before I moved to academia. So yeah, nice to meet everybody. So yeah, looking forward to share some experiences.
Yay! Okay, now we can go with Mr. Jazmi.
Hi guys, izinkan saya cakap dua bahasa bahasa rojak. I was a DM alumnus, a technical lecturer, more than 10 years in academia, 5 years as a dean in the Faculty of Animation and Multimedia at ASWARA. And my role beside in teaching, providing consultancy to universities and government and organizations and the industry. So that's a little bit on background. I think I can tell you further while we are going along with this alumni talking session. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Okay, now Miss Harim.
Okay, I'm Harim. I graduated from Bachelor of Multimedia in Media Innovation. That was in 2008. And now it's and after that I graduated with Master of Multimedia in e-learning in 2011. Currently, I am I'm working as an educator and also as a program leader at KLMUC. And I also run a small online business, which is I'm doing personal shopping. Yeah, so I also can't wait to share everything about about MMU here with you guys.
Yes. Okay, so that's a little bit about our alumni. Without wasting our time, let's begin this Q&A session. So we can start with Mr. Jazmi, lagi sekali.
All right.
Okay, Mr. Jazmi, what makes you interested in FCM and why you chose MMU?
Okay, before I start enroll to MCM, because I came from the technical school lah, macam background in engineering, buat electrical and electronics. And then I got a result. I think most Malaysians pun sama lah, dia dapat result and then they need to choose their university as their pathway. For me personally, my passion is towards gaming, main game, and then jamming, music, kan. So I'm trying to find this two nature of being a serious engineer and at the same time being a creative person, and the mix together, interdisciplinary, become a creative worker lah basically. But the thing is, when you go, kita scout around dengan other universities yang lain, I found out that MMU has a special trait. They are very vibe on their internet culture. I mean, back in the days in 2003, 2004, internet masa dulu memang limited lah kan. I mean, they are there but not so much popular. Kalau ada popular pun they are graduated. But MMU, they are living internet culture yang semua ada dalam tu. So it's quite surprised lah when I joined the MMU as a foundation, as Alpha lah, we call it Alpha year. Surprisingly, the internet culture is happening. You know, duduk hostel kita dengan kawan kita. I mean macam they are multiplier of yourself. We can do marathon, tengok anime, and then makan Maggi sambil cangkung. Kita main Dota sama-sama. I mean, these are the things happening in the student life. And the best part is, as a student, we can express on what we are trying to be and what we want to be. Trying to be and want to be are two different things. Satu, you nak want to be macam trying to explore and then experimented, because you are doing what you are passionate about. And then the most best part is when you are doing your hobby ke passion ke, I mean the most important part is the lecturer. For me, I just want to credit Dr. Koh Yong in this. The dean itself recommended the students to go for the international punya art camp ke apa ke. I mean, I got the exposure to involve in the art camp punya platform. So yeah, that's all about the FCM, why they are so important to me, and it shaped my life to become a more crazy people and more diverse in making a lot of creative multimedia punya discipline. So I think the rest of the learning, I think go to the rest of the speaker lah, kan?
Okay, now kita tahu kenapa Mr. Jazmi pilih FCM MMU. Okay, Azim, you may proceed to the next question.
Alright, okay. So dari sini kita boleh nampak lah rata-rata student yang berminat dengan masuk MMU sebab dengan fasiliti mereka sediakan kan dekat MMU. So macam Jazmi kata ada internet live kan, boleh lepak dengan kawan-kawan, main game semua kat hostel. Okay, so right now kita next question pada Miss Amelia. Okay, every student has their own sweet memories, right? During their student's life kan. Lagi-lagi bila dah graduate. Kita orang sendiri pun ada memories kita walaupun kita orang belum graduate lagi. Okay, so Miss Amelia, what are the most things that you miss in FCM? Perhaps all your friends, or lecturer that you miss the most? Silakan Miss Amelia.
Hi. Okay, so basically macam Mr. Jazmi cakap tadi lah, you know, when we are with our friends, okay. So basically, if we talk about sweet memories, now I think back memang sweet memories lah, but during that time masa dekat MMU tu, it wasn't so sweet sebab macam stress as a student FCM ni macam it's because of the late nights that we have, tak tidur malam, just buat assignment, tapi it was such a great memory to just stay out with your friends and pergi lepak mamak malam-malam. So at that time Cyberjaya macam tak ada apa-apa, kosong. So the only mamak that was there was Hassan at that time. I think it's no longer in operation. So masa tak ada apa-apa tu, kalau tak ada Hassan, kita pergi Putrajaya. So kita rent a car to drive there together with the friends. So just lepak dekat the bridge, just hang out, just take in some breather before we sambung balik stress masa buat assignment. Okay, tengok movie ke apalah. I think one of the reasons why I became a lecturer was because I have great lecturers last time as well. Kita tengok dia macam dedication, their dedication in teaching was very good. So from foundation to degree, there were some strict lecturers. I think all of us know some strict lecturers. During my time, one of them was Cik Mat, who was teaching photography at that time. So dia memang strict lah, but we know he means well and we all became better because of that. Masa degree, one of the lecturers yang I thought was a bit intimidating was Mr. K, tapi he's actually such a kind-hearted person, just strict in work lah kan. So I think the knowledge that he shared with us to develop us, to push us to actually become more creative, that really had a big impact on me. Banyak lagi lah lecturers I Mr. Fauzan, Mr. Rina, Mr. Najib, so many more. So yeah, I all my lecturers because they shaped me to be who I am now. Yeah.
Okay, so nampaknya Miss Amelia ni sempatlah merasa Unilife dengan melepak dengan rakan-rakan kan. Macam korang boleh lepak je sekarang kan, Sheila?
Betul.
Mesti aku kat sekarang kan.
Listening to Miss Amelia bercerita tadi, I miss FCM sangat because of our situation right now. We are still experiencing the pandemic kan. We only spend our uni life for 2.5 years je.
Oh,
Sad, but
So
it's okay.
sad.
yeah.
Okay, now it's Miss Harim's turn.
Yes.
As we know, every student has his or her own favorite subject. And it doesn't matter if the lecture garang ke tak ke macam Miss Amelia mentioned tadi. So Miss Harim, what's your favorite subject and what did you learn from the subject?
The garang lecturer as Miss Amelia cakap tadi, I would definitely sokong Cik Mat. Masuk kelas Cik Mat, menggeletar seluruh badan. But yeah, one of the favorite subject that I still remember until now, it was one of my foundation advertising subject, which is taught by Miss Sharon. Back then, she was one of the, she was the head of department, if I'm not mistaken. So one day, we went into the class and she asked all of us in the class to go to the mall. So she mentioned that you have to go to the mall. So she gave like a list of tasks. I think that was like the first day of class, if I'm not mistaken, because I still remember until now. And we were like, okay, we were asking, kenapa nak pergi mall kan? So she mentioned that because you guys are advertising students, so the mall is your library. So, you know, feeling so anxious, feeling so macam kita rasa suka lah, macam like, oh, this is something new. To go to the mall and collect data, to do observation and to collect data basically. So my friends and I, a group of friends, we rent car. Masa kat MMU, sewa kereta tu satu perkara yang apa tu selalu lah yang biasa, kabar biasa. Sewa kereta pergi ke Mid Valley waktu tu. So we went there, spent like about 3 to 4 hours and came back to the class and we present whatever that we find at the mall, the data that she asked us to collect. Yeah, that was something that I still remember until now, that I tried to implement that in with my students also, you know, like to have like a very fun, at the same time very fruitful, informative class. And then you know, just like what just to add to what Amelia said just now, I remembered that one of the days that I was in MMU, I ajak kawan I pergi ke airport just to do sketching. So so macam, you know, the life at MMU was really something yang macam different, because I came from diploma. I student diploma dulu, and then after I finished my diploma for 3 years, then I joined MMU for bachelor I lah. So waktu diploma tu at one of the college dekat KL kan. So it was just a plain normal college life, you know, go to the class and then come back. So when I went to when I further my study in MMU, I duduk kat hostel. So you know, the environment is different. The friends that I made, even until now kami masih rapat sampai sekarang. And then that was something that I will never forget, ataupun benda yang something yang I akan you know, akan ingat sampai bila. Yeah, so that was one of my the subject that you asked just now, and yeah, the life in MMU that I treasure until now.
Wow, I totally agree with Miss Harim. Kita jalan-jalan sambil belajar lah. Sebab macam from other university pun kata tak buat assignment ke, macam banyak jalan je. But that's how we learn kan. Okay, so handing the floor to you, Azim.
Okay, so kita boleh nampaklah kat sini lecturer MMU ni sangat sporting walaupun diorang garang, tapi diorang garang tu kadang bagi macam kita untuk buka mata kita untuk lebih berjaya pada masa hadapan.
Betul.
Yes. Okay, terima kasih atas respon yang begitu menarik kepada viewers kita pada malam ni. Okay, kalau tengok dekat list ni banyak lagi soalan kita nak tanya Sheila kat diorang ni. Okay, so apa pun kita akan berehat seketika. So korang semua yang mana yang tengok ni bolehlah pergi kancing kopi yang mana nak ditandas tu silakan. So kita akan berehat seketika dan akan kembali selepas ini.
Nak tahu kelajuan peranti pintar dalam 5G? Di MMU ada jawapannya. Nak tahu bagaimana kandungan kreatif dan perniagaan atas talian dikuasai? Di MMU ada jawapannya. Nak tahu bagaimana cyber security dan undang-undang berfungsi? Di MMU ada jawapannya. Semua itu dan banyak lagi ada di Multimedia University kerana MMU ialah anda menerajui masa hadapan digital. Layari mmu.edu.my.
Hello, we're back again in the Students Tanya, Alumni Jawab, episode 3. Still me, Asyiela, and my friend Azim. Thank you so much to those who are still with us, and also welcome to those who just joined us. Topik kita pada hari ini adalah Acquisitions Edition. So, I believe as we educators out there nak tahu lagi banyak our respectable alumni. So, if you guys want to know more about our guests for tonight, you can wait until the very end of today's episode.
Yep, tunggu sampai habis.
And campus live as an MMU student. Without any further delay, the next question is directed to Mr. Jazmi. So, Mrs. Jazmi, we are aware that you were in the creative industry before becoming an academician in the One Academy and ASWARA. Can you briefly share with us what your experience was like in the industry and what led to the change or change in your career path?
Alright, thank you for the questions. Tapi in order for me to answer, it's quite a lengthy. Tapi I think it's best for me to answer how MMU learning outcome can make me survive in the industry as a startups and then survive as in the industry players lah kan. Okay, if we track back lah, kalau siapa yang alumni MMU ni, dia go for 4 years experience. Alpha is the foundation year, beta, delta and gamma lah kan. So normally during the beta years, you dah buat a lot of assignment related to design, and then during the delta year, and then you dah deal dengan a lot of time-based media macam audio, motion graphics, video making dan semua lah. And then the last year, your specialization. For me personally, I involved into the new media technologies because I graduated from digital media. Now it's media arts lah kan. So according to this alpha, beta, gamma and delta year semua ni, sebenarnya I've constructed 3 form of a company structure. Okay, because before I graduated, I already did a startup company. The name Dotiro. We did a lot of handcraft, sell tote bags and on ni semua atas dasar kelas Cik Mat. Dia satu hari tu dia cakap, okay, you gonna paint atas mixed media. Kita macam what? Okay. And then we carry on as a product. So macam, okay, we have a prototype, and the prototype ready, and then just sell it. And it happened, you can sell it anyway. That is Dotiro for cattle derived from the beta year. And then lepas tu, I involved with I found a mentor who is pioneering puppeteering untuk production house. So dia cakap, hey, you can do ni lah, video production, motion graphic, all the listed requirements. Like, okay, boleh, because I done the delta year kan. So anyhow start up a new company dengan ada mentor. And then the last one dia cakap, you have a future tech tau yang kita boleh start up, spin off a company from this. And then kita start a new company, call it Immersive Malaysia Sdn Bhd. So according to these 3 companies, sebenarnya I can retain and I can survive with the MDEC grant or without the MDEC grant. And it's quite interesting because I also receive a lot of clients. macam BMW, Maxis, Kazana dan lain-lain lah. Within the small startups ni, ini yang jenis yang among students, you are lah macam, hey, I'm from a company, jom we start the industry and survive together. So we ran the company for I think around up to 5 years, cukup satu cycle. And then I got offered to continue further study lah. So my biggest portfolio during across this surviving in the company industry, I think I have secured around 1.2 million ringgit contract with the government buat interactive gallery, one of the government agency punya unit lah. Itu the success story lah. A little bit on the success story and what have MMU punya education have trained me to be in that sense. Bukan nak cakap poyo ke apa, but the thing is bukan saya seorang je macam ni. I mean, you can look other alumni pun lebih kurang sama juga, because di kita ada satu culture yang kita cakap bringing on culture. Cakap nak apa, nak bagi je apa kerja, kita orang semua boleh buat. We are the pioneer in this multimedia creative. Okay, so that is in a nutshell lah. So and then I did mention about joining the MMU master program, and then at the same time the One Academy, they have started University of Hertfordshire punya program at the One Academy. So they requires a certain technical skills, and I joined them. And then I did a training on Adobe certifications. I think this is, I don't know lah, when you join Adobe certs kan, tiba-tiba banyak ni alumni MMU kat dalam trainer ni. So hey, hi friends, bye friends, macam tu lah. So anyway, and then before join ASWARA, I said daripada startups, industry players, and then join sikit-sikit academy, and then I come across the full academic lah, because I think our MMU ex-president Datuk Rafi called me to set up a new faculty called Faculty of Animation and Multimedia at ASWARA. I mean, I got called by his mentee called Siti Nurasha Musa. I think thanks to her lah, because he invited me to join the band, to set up the faculty and run the faculty together. So that's how it works, and that's a part of my story lah. I think there are other great story daripada alumni lain, percayalah.
Jangan percaya, dia tu yang great.
Itulah
dia overachiever ni.
Banyak experience Mr. Jazmi ni. And cara Mr. Jazmi cakap FCM is truly amazing. Okay, now rolling the ball back to Azim.
Okay, sekarang kita akan switch pula the next question pada Miss Amelia. Okay, saya sangat pasti setiap kerjaan mesti ada dia punya challenges semua kan. Okay, from your experience Miss Amelia, what are your challenges of being a lecturer? Best ke? Apa yang tak best? Kalau best, saya pun nak jadi. Cuba Miss Amelia terangkan.
Yelah macam you cakap tadi, so there is always a challenge in every job kita buat. Okay, even as a student pun kita macam akan ada challenge, tapi kita tak boleh lupa the positive. Has been am I stuck now? Has been super rewarding because a lot it has taught me a lot of things. I learned from my students, and their attitudes and behaviors also shape the way I will do my teaching. So also teaching ni have taught me a lot of my self-development. Dulu I tak confident langsung nak cakap depan orang. I rasa if you ask any of my classmates, I nak buat presentation pun macam gagap-gagap je. So jadi macam memang nervous even when working in the industry. So that's why I decided to move to academia. One of it is to develop my self-confidence in my communication skills. So itu best part lah. Tapi obviously ada challenge kan. So challenge dia I rasa as a lecturer, time would be a challenge because sometimes kita rasa lecture ni senang.
Lama.
Kita bukan ajar je, so the time is spent at preparing the notes. We also have to do some research, do some extra readings, marking of course. We do have some administrative documentations to do. So banyak dekat situ challenge dia. Lagi-lagi sekarang working from home, a whole new ada challenge for teaching.
Faham? Sebab sekarang pun kita tengok keadaan ni pandemik kan, ada students yang tak ada line, lepas tu lecturer pun tak ada nak reach diorang secara direct kan. Masalah diorang pun kita akan tahu.
Betul.
So Sheila, kita akan pass soalan seterusnya kepada Sheila.
Okay, so of course it's not easy to become a lecturer macam Miss Amelia cakap tadi. I think kalau jadi lecturer kita memerlukan kesabaran yang sangat tinggi. Semua orang boleh buat benda tu. So going back to Miss Harim, have you ever thought about becoming an academician before this, or being an academician something you really wanted? And what inspires you?
Actually, not many knows. Actually, I punya ambition back then when I was in during diploma or maybe in high secondary school, I nak jadi TV anchor. so that was my ambition before. So I wanted to be, masa kita sekolah dulu kan, cikgu tanya kan dalam kelas, nak jadi apa? What is your cita-cita, right? So of course lah bertukar-tukar lah. Darjah 1 nak jadi ni, darjah 2 nak jadi ni. So I remember I wanted to be an accountant. I wanted to become other things, and also one of it was a TV anchor. I did try to apply to study in that field. Tapi maybe not qualified enough for that field. As I and also I have some thoughts of to study in the industry. So after like I said just now, after I did my diploma, which is in computer science, I didn't really like it doing computer science, but I just had to. So I found some other field, which is the creative field, creative multimedia. I started to learn myself doing Photoshop, Illustrator. And then I applied for MMU for my degree, and I got accepted. And since then, the thoughts of doing as becoming an educator was not in my mind. I was still thinking of working in the industry, working in the advertising agency. So I had like this list of company that I wanted to work with. Kita macam ada satu ambition lah kat situ kan, yang kita nak after I graduated for my degree, I wanted to work in this company. So my plan tak jadi juga because after I dah habis after my graduation in 2008, I got offered to work in one of the publication company, which is also back kan I nak bekerja as a TV anchor kan. So it's something that I like to do, which is publication. So I pun I worked for a brief moment, but I didn't like it there. So I decided to why not I just do something that I love. So I took a brief decision. I quit my job back then as one of the editorial assistant. So I had this 1 year of not knowing what to do. Daripada I quit job tu until I dapat peluang, chances to further my study in doing master. So this 1 year gap, I didn't know what to do. I was lost. I macam, what should I do? I masih lagi tak terfikir, to take master or becoming academician. That's not in my mind. But Alhamdulillah, I got this opportunity, which is back then, I'm not sure if you guys have heard it, but there was this program called My Brain, which is initiated by Mohi. So back then, it was the first batch in 2009. One of the first batch of My Brain was me and also Jazmi. Jazmi was my colleague. Together, kita ambil this program lah. So myself, Jazmi, and then the other few of our friends from degree, we took this opportunity because back then, masa tu kan dia baru nak promote. Mohi wanted to promote the program, which is they wanted to get more postgraduate student. So we took the chance, and the best part is that Mohi sponsored half of the tuition fees, and MMU give a waiver for another half. So we were actually doing master for free. So yeah, that is one of opportunity that I think I should get. Of course, my family give me full support, especially my mom. She said to me like, you should take this opportunity, to get yourself another level. So I grabbed the opportunity. So while I was doing that, I took the Master of Multimedia in E-Learning Technologies. So E-Learning Technologies was everything about, learning theories. You learn about learning theories. You learn about how to tackle certain issues about learning. So I took that, and still I never had in my mind to become an academician. It was still, I wanted to work in the industry, after this. But yeah, back then everyone was like, was saying that, if you have master, it's a good chance for you to go and grab the opportunity of becoming a lecturer, because masa tu lecturer kalau ada master tu dah okay lah, kan, kalau sekarang ni nak kena PhD dan segalanya lah. But yeah, back then was okay. So after I graduated from my master in 2011, another chance, another opportunity come rolling to me. There is a vacancy at KLMUC, which is the institution that I'm working now. There's a vacancy there as a junior lecturer for multimedia department. So I just sent my resume, and then everything was just smoothly, terus macam everything was smooth. Tak ada apa-apa yang halangan. So I macam pergi interview and then terus dapat job. So even masa tu pun kita masih lagi terfikir. I was wondering, am I gonna be a lecturer until sampai bila-bila kan? Sebab masa tu I'm still wondering, can I teach actually? Can I actually do this teaching thing, like macam mana kita nak explain student. So there's some part macam Mia cakap tadi, kita tak ada confident. The confident wasn't there, because even masa kat kelas dulu pun, masa presentation, that was different. We have our group kan, we have like a group of friends present together apa semua. So that was different than teaching. I remember my first day in class, I was just sit at the table kat depan kan, duduk je like macam froze. I frozen je kat situ. And then my students masuk dalam kelas semua. Masa tu I barulah, lecturer barulah kan. Masuk dalam kelas semua, and they greet me, and also my first lecture, I was just sitting. I didn't even dare to stand. Tapi sekarang, it turn around lah. It's something that I love, and I didn't really actually expect to love what I'm doing now, which is teaching. And of course, like bila kita suka benda yang kita buat ni, everything comes so naturally. It becomes, bila you buat kerja tu jadi ikhlas, you buat kerja tu jadi something like you very concerned about it. So you rasa, I feel like macam, this is like part of me. If I don't do teaching, if I tak buat lecturing, I feel like half of me may be gone, because this is what I love the most now. And maybe like in the future jugalah, in the future I wanted to become better. So just like what you asked me just now, what inspired me. So the first thing that inspired me was my students. When you have students yang memerlukan you wanted to become better and better, to give better knowledge, better education, to make the learning environment especially really something yang dia boleh ingat juga macam masa kita belajar dulu. So itu yang salah satu benda yang macam kalau kita become lecturer ataupun educator, we tend to bring back apa yang kita experience, the good thing that we experienced before inside the class. So I decided to, like, why not? Macam I told you just now, macam kita orang pergi last time we went to the to the mall, which is the mall was our library and so on. So so now I tried to do the same thing, but of course it's different lah. The same thing, but maybe go for a trip to collect data, just like nearby trip. And of course with this online learning that we are enduring right now, I still have to make the class fun. I still have to make the class interesting, because you might never know students kat belakang skrin tu tidur ke kan. Asyiela pun kan dengan Azim kan. Tidur. Kita tak tahu because everyone nak tutup kamera, so I don't mind. Tapi we as a lecturer, that's motivate me. I try to make the class fun. I try to make diorang macam tenanti-nanti kelas tu. So you know, there is some part yang membuatkan, yang inspire me to become a better lecturer, and maybe something that they can treasure bila diorang dah habis belajar nanti.
Lah sebenarnya talking about rezeki kan, rezeki sebenarnya tak pernah salah alamat.
Yes.
Right.
Betul lah.
A person who never leaves the house wouldn't know the beauty of the blue sky. So you won't know until you try.
Betul.
Kan? Betul tak?
Ya, betul. Sebab macam rezeki tu macam like in my case, the rezeki like come tergolek-golek. Golek kat
Macam semua je kan.
So macam should I do this, tapi dah orang bagi belajar free kan, siapa tak nak kan Jazmi? Siapa tak nak belajar free kan? Tiba-tiba dapat pula offer. So you can actually do everything. You boleh buat. I mean like if you have plan, yes you do. You go with your plan. Tetapi let's say the plan doesn't work, that means you tried but the plan doesn't work for you. And then there's come another opportunity which is looking good. You tak try lagi, tapi why not you try? So bila you try and masa tu kita find out, oh you know we can do this. And at the same time, you can also always do the thing that you're planning to do, like myself, because I like to do macam I have this ambition of becoming TV anchor. So in my college itself, macam whenever we have event, usually I'm the one who hosts the event. Dorang akan panggil I lah untuk MC the event. The student affairs department will call me, okay, can you help to MC the event? So it's in a way it's still doing something like about broadcasting in a way, TV anchoring, but it's not on TV lah. But yeah, in a way I'm still doing what I love to do. I got to do that. It's just that rezeki I ialah menjadi seorang tenaga pengajar. Dan yeah, I'm looking forward actually to get more experience in the future.
Itulah, it could be your hidden talent kan?
Yes.
So, we have heard a lot from Mr. Jazmi, Miss Amelia, and also Miss Harim, but there's a lot more, so stay tuned, don't go anywhere. We're gonna have our second commercial break. Have a break and we will see you guys shortly.
Hello everyone, I would like to welcome you to the Faculty of Creative Multimedia or FCM. Over the past year and a half, many of us have been experiencing remote learning or online learning due to the COVID-19 pandemic. With emerging technologies such as augmented reality and virtual reality now available to us, learning can be even more enjoyable as well as immersive and experiential.
How do we make our creative practice matters in the near future? Taking initiative and being resourceful as creative in connecting with the industry, institutions, communities of practitioners, users, as well as different aspects of society that we work with.
This is the future of learning. Welcome to the century of digital learning.
Alright, baik, salam kembali buat semua SCN Livers yang ke live session kita. Okay. Okay, live session student tanya alumni jawab, dan juga tidak lupakan kepada yang selamat datang diucapkan kepada yang baru masuk ke live session kami. Don't worry, you can always watch this live session on our YouTube channel. Kan Sheila?
Betul.
Yep. Okay, right. Let's start with our next question. Tadi kita dah cerita pasal working experience, macam mana yang lecturer and apa diorang buat. Sekarang kita akan going more further. Okay, baik. Kita akan start dengan Mr. Jazmi. Okay, Mr. Jazmi, what was your main drive to continue a master and degree and do your PhD in creative multimedia? Was it the passion in the creative field that keep you motivated? Or ada sebab lain? Seriously.
Alright. I think doing masters, I did my masters in dekat FCM. I think clear cut macam Harim dah mention the answer. But the most interesting thing is kenapa I buat PhD di MMU bukan tempat lain. Jadi this is a story that I have never revealed to anyone sebenarnya. Yang macam this is like my secret thought, macam aku nak beritahu siapa sebab semua macam tak kisah je kan. So anyway, I'm going to tell you guys, so tak peduli lah kan. So anyway, before I enrolled to MMU PhD, I think I scouted around lah, tengok university kat UK, university dekat tempat-tempat lain kan. And I attended satu session dekat ASEAN COCI. I was as a wakil Malaysia pada masa tu untuk pitch a project about digital heritage for Malaysian, because ASEAN cultural and information punya cluster, they are looking into digital heritage, because dia cakap Singapore is championing it, so and then next is Thailand. Cakap kenapa Thailand, kita Malaysia lah, kita dah buat, MMU dah buat e-warisan since ancient ago lah we. So I came there, I just want to talk to government, look, how about we are become the next the first testers atau the first layer of digital heritage untuk ASEAN region, ASEAN So bila pitch kat situ, rasa macam alah noob gila. Yang lain semua title professor lah, all this, his excellency, all the diplomat titles lah. Macam alamak aku ni noob gila duduk kat bawah-bawah ni kan. So that I trigger lah macam, I thought MMU punya masters dah equivalent to Master of the Arts dekat UK tu, macam dah power habis lah. But the thing is, when you go into the international level, I think we need to have some education yang lebih upgrade. Not to say reputation, tapi lebih kepada you punya intention, in-depth understanding what's going on and apa dia orang punya level of thinking kan. Because internationally they're looking into that sense lah. So anyway, and then I applied lah scholarship, and then I got a scholarship. So my intention is to find a place to study. Okay, now tadi cerita pasal exposure, dah dapat exposure, now intention dah dapat exposure, nak a place to study. 3 choices. Number 1, University of Nottingham, UK, yang ada kat Malaysia sebenarnya. Number 2, National University in Singapore and US. And then number 3, MMU lah. 6 months before I enroll lah, all of the applications dapat lah. So macam, I got scholarship, I think around 500,000 macam tu. Patut, kita dapat, supaya boleh study abroad, happy. Then I chose to be around the Southeast Asia region. Because saya tak nak jauh-jauh, I have a family here, I've set up here, tu malas nak fikir banyak, stay here. 3 months before enrollment, this is quite surprising. I think I have shared before dia ada gambar saya makan kari bersama orang-orang lain. So anyway, 3 months I had this program with USM and Yayasan Ben Rakyat. We gathered in one house. A program is all about kita panggil program enrichment, nak bantu young entrepreneurs to join the creative media dengan banking punya solution. So I met, this is interesting part is I've lunch with the Vice Chancellor USN, Dato' Asma, and then Chairman of Bank Rakyat, Tan Sri Shukri, and then during that time Director of Higher Education, Tan Sri Hamisah Tapsir, and then my next to me is the Pak Din, I call him Pak Din. The real name I really don't know his name, but he chemical engineering graduated from Oxford. Rata-rata dia tanya, dia cakap, Jazmi, bila you nak buat PhD? Dia cakap, soon lah, but I have 3 choices, I don't know where to go. The most surprisingly, all of them agree, go back to MMU, study there. I was like, what? MMU? Are you sure? Because what they said is, apa yang diorang nampak sebenarnya is beyond than that. Because what their intention is, MMU have construct a technological culture yang di mana tak boleh, yang tempat-tempat lain semua tak ada tau. Diorang tak dapat. But MMU have that. And then that is number 1. And then number 2 kan, the academicians atau the researchers atau the network yang MMU dah built since I don't know 20 years ago, 30 years ago tu, they have macam the master of precision dalam creative media punya field. Sebab tu bila rata-rata macam diorang tengok all the academician yang atas tu tengok cakap apa nak pergi NUS dia dah mix sana sini apa semua kan. Kenapa nak pergi University of Nottingham, dia kan doing the generic political science politics mixed with mass comm, back to MMU. I was like, okay, I mean something new for me. I was like, okay, when I gather around and then reflect back myself, then I realized sebenarnya MMU have a great supervisor punya experience contohnya kan, because PhD is all about your journey with your supervisor. But if you with the other university, ada supervisor you macam tak kenal and then dia pun tak familiar dengan you punya bidang. Anyway, my bidang is on the games lah, games and a little bit on information science lah. So bila orang tak familiar, dia macam you kena tukar title lah, macam nak tukar title, but in MMU macam you tak tukar title, okay just proceed, let's go for it, like happynya boleh buat sambung kat sini. So I syukur lah, I mean supervisor MMU very kita panggil apa, dia tak dictate kita punya research, they are open up, very supportive and facilitate in that sense. And then the most important thing dalam MMU punya structure, PhD ke apa, and then beyond postgrad ke, I think value yang kita kena tengok adalah the growth in the ecosystem in creative multimedia field. As a researcher atau as a siapa-siapa pun, if you grow together with dengan MMU yang di Cyberjaya ke or Melaka ke whatever, I mean they have federated their own notions of multimedia lah. Though dia bukan kipas ke apa, but that is how I think in that sense lah. So that's why I come back to MMU lah. Okay,
so dengar respon Mr. Jazmi ni, saya rasa semangat dia nak sambung degree master dengan PhD terkubah-ubah pula rasanya.
Itulah and again, kenapa Mr. Jazmi pilih MMU? That's the reason. Okay. Yep. So now Ms. Harim, I wonder, do you think the knowledge and skills that you learn in FCM equip you well for your current field?
Actually, for my study in MMU, because I did degree and also master here. So I see that when I did my master, it's actually equipped me much better doing my job right now, because as I mentioned earlier, my master was in e-learning theory, e-learning technologies. So I learned a lot of e-learning theories, and those kind of stuff. So it helps me to nurture my method in education, in how supposed to teach my students, doing the slides and everything. But as for my bachelor, because I did my bachelor in media innovation. Currently now it is known as advertising design, right? So that one, it's actually prepped me a lot about my basic knowledge in multimedia itself. And of course, one of the things that like I said, the environment in the class itself, that actually helps me to create another environment in my class. Because I don't want my students to go to my class and then not knowing what they learn. So I think you pun tahu kot, kalau macam kita tanya ada soalan, tak ada, faham. So kadang-kadang students cakap macam tu, but actually they don't understand, dia tak faham. So I have to be to make my time available juga untuk diorang, but of course lah during the working time lah. But I cannot open up with them, because macam last time when I did my master and my bachelor degree, I had really cool, really open-minded, very open lecturers. By the way, I saw Encik Zul just now inside joining us. Hi Encik Zul. Encik Haris, our lecturer dulu. So dalam kelas Encik Zul pun I suka juga. The time when I was there, when I did master and bachelor, it was everything about the experience that I have to bring it back and give it to my students right now. So and of course the other thing is that when you went out when you dapat kerja lah, you go out for work, of course the experience itself yang you collect, the experience itself on the workplace tu pun memainkan peranan jugalah untuk you to excel what you do in your field. Yeah, so that's that lah. By the way, Jazmi cakap tadi dah macam influence I sikit. Not only Asyiela and Azim rasa influence, I also dah rasa influence because I was planning, as macam biasa, I plan nak buat PhD like after 1 or 2 years of my master, but didn't get there. So currently I'm trying to see if there's any place I want to do. So what Jazmi said just now, it actually penetrate me a bit. So that's a good one.
Okay, betul sangat. Rasa nak jadi lecturer pun ada. Alright, now Azim, back to you.
Okay, saya bersetuju dengan apa Miss Harim cakap sebab yelah kat MMU ni ramai lecturer yang berpengalaman yang mampu macam tunjuk ajar kepada kita untuk masa depan kita.
Betul.
So dari situ kita boleh develop skill kita and macam meyakinkan diri kita untuk melakukan sesuatu. Okay, before we enter our third break, so I have one more question to Miss Amelia. Okay, Miss Amelia, saya nak tahu juga, korang nak tahu lah, boleh tak share what are your career goals or your future plans?
Okay, so macam Miss Harim tadi, we are looking at improving ourselves all. Have a specific timeline for this, tapi I want to do my PhD lah. So because my future plans involves me going to do my PhD. I have started working on proposals and I think that's my way of also giving back to the community in terms of research. I think Mr. Jazmi talked about that as well. The research about the creative industry. Sekarang ni kita tengok creative industry ni dia bukan just the things that we know like design and all that, but dia dah jadi lagi besar tau, macam the technological development pun dah jadi bertambah kan. So kita kena tengok macam all of this, how does it going to help develop the country or global. So that's why I want to actually try to go into. Sebab my masters was in a different area. I want to combine my communications experience as well as my creative multimedia experience to actually try and implement some change into the industry one day. Kalau nak cakap career goal, okay, I don't know if it's far-fetched lah impian untuk mengajar kat overseas lah. That's my goal.
Wow, amin.
Amin. Yeah. So gila tak tahu. Ada berapa salah lagi? Like career wise, for me it's just PhD and just continue to develop myself lah. That's mostly what I'm planning.
So kalau tengok kat sini sebabkan Mr. Jazmi dah influence ramai orang untuk saya pun. So lepas sampai ni auto register master terus. Auto register. Okay. Kita ada a few more questions before we end our program. So saya harap penonton masih boleh stay bersama kami. So kita akan berehat sekejap, few minutes. So jangan ke mana-mana, kita akan kembali selepas ini.
Nak tahu kelajuan peranti pintar dalam 5G? Di MMU ada jawapannya. Nak tahu bagaimana kandungan kreatif dan perniagaan atas talian dikuasai? Di MMU ada jawapannya. Nak tahu bagaimana cyber security dan undang-undang berfungsi? Di MMU ada jawapannya. Semua itu dan banyak lagi ada di Multimedia University kerana MMU ialah anda menerajui masa hadapan digital. Layari mmu.edu.my.
Hello, welcome back to Students Tanya Alumni Jawab. We are almost at the end of the live session. Kalau macam pun dah pukul 10 lebih. So, but we have one more question left for all three of you. Okay. For some people, when it comes to making decisions, they become very indecisive, especially for SPM Riverside. So, what is your advice to the students who wish to pursue their studies in the creative field? Okay, maybe we can start with Ms. Harim first.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Kejut sikit kan? Okay, I think indecisive is good because you actually trying to figure out what you want to do instead of main membuka tuli buat apa-apa kan. So that's good actually. But you need to see first like what is your passionate about, apa yang you betul-betul suka, what makes you happy. So if there's one thing that makes you happy, you need to see lah whether it's something that you can bring it and make it as your future punya plan lah. So let's say macam like myself just now I mentioned all about, I banyak cakap tentang yang I punya plan, it doesn't work out the way that I want, right? Tapi when the opportunity came knocking on my door, I think for a while, tapi I try to grab it because it's something that no one can, something that maybe tak boleh dapat lagi after that. So when let's say I did my diploma just now, I did my diploma in computer science. 3 years tau. Can you imagine 3 years I buat computer science, tapi something that I didn't enjoy. In the meantime, in the process of dah nak habis diploma tu, I find something new for me, which is in creative field. Creative back then I think it was not creative multimedia, it was just creative field. But I found something new. I tried to learn myself. I tried to open YouTube. Masa tu dah ada YouTube lah. Try to do the tutorials. So I feel like, oh, this is something that I wanted to do, that I want to do for my future. Something that I really looking forward to learn. So when that happened, I tried to find the opportunity. So go for it lah. You apply for your program kan. Search for your program. Of course, you have to search for good institution because you are going to put like a whole 3 years or 2 years or 4 years of your life in that institution to learn something that you will use in the future. So you look for something that can give you that. So while I was searching, I found MMU. Back then, that was in 2005. I enrolled in MMU 2005 as a direct intake student. They call it direct intake from diploma. So masa tu banyak students foundation lah, Jazmi semua kan, diorang dah, of course diorang dah kenal lah, ramai dah kenal. They have their own groups lah masa tu. So when we came in, it was me, ada lagi a few lah, ramai juga yang comes from diploma. So we went in and then we became rapat masa tu. So we became rapat and then something that kita orang macam suka. Like Mia said just now, stay up 3 a.m. in the morning doing things that we learn, doing things that we like. So it was something that I didn't expect, tetapi during that time it was really, really nice to have that kind of experience and to bring it now. So I didn't plan. This came and then I just do it. 3 years I finished my degree, and another thing is that the master part lah yang continue study tadi tu kan. So I didn't plan to continue my study pun. So I just thought like, oh, habis degree I just want to work with the agency, advertising agency, and then that's just it. But yeah, another opportunity came knocking on my door. I grab it and I excel and I got to do what I like to do now at this moment. So my advice would be, jangan takut untuk grab opportunity that come to you. So jangan takut. You don't have to be afraid. You don't have to be like rasa takut sampai membuatkan you rasa you don't want to try. So just try. If it doesn't work, you can always have another plan to back up. So yeah, that would be my advice, because as you know, right now we have like a lot, banyak macam-macam field ada. Even in multimedia itself pun we have like selain daripada all of this media innovation, advertising, digital media and banyak lagi, we have like currently we have UI, and then ada things that right now are emerging, yang banyak yang datang yang sekarang ni semuanya teknologi yang baru that you can learn. So do not be afraid of taking chance of or taking opportunity. So but like I said, kena tahu jugalah whether it's good for you, and if you feel right, just do it.
Just do it.
Just
do it. Don't be afraid. Okay.
Just do it.
Just do it. Okay, Miss Amelia, how about you?
So, I rasa sama macam Miss Harim cakap yang last part tu. Jangan takut lah. For me, I think the industry, kita banyak ada, I think some people would think that there is no future in the creative industry. Tapi kena tahu yang creative industry ni besar. So actually, you always will self-develop. Okay, you will actually keep learning. So jangan takutlah nak pursue creative. If you have interest, go for it. Okay, sebab it's an industry yang keep growing. That is one. Lagi satu, I would say just some advice for future people yang nak masuk creative industry ni. I think you need to be a bit very open and adaptable juga, because it's not going to be easy. Kita tahu, tengok perjalanan Cik Jazmi kan, macam banyak experience dia. I'm sure he has gone through a lot of challenge. So it's not going to be easy, tapi it's going to be fun, okay, and a great learning experience. So be open, okay, try to meet a lot of people. I think that will help you grow in the industry lah. Yeah.
Okay, betul. Sebab saya rasa dalam kreatif ni tak ada salah, tak ada betul. So kita kena, itulah, jangan takut. Cuba.
Enjoy.
It's all about passion lah. You feel passion, minat you.
Betul, and also about passion. Okay, Mr. Jazmi.
Yes, the question is being indecisive kan.
And your
as an artist, that is a normal process lah. I mean, as a person who are very thinking about any process, nak buat decision ke, nak masuk ke apa, I mean, you must face all this. Cuma you might have to use some certain technique to really identify what is the outcome of your decisions tu kan. So kalau you dah tahu decisions tu apa impact dia, apa future impact dia, apa semua, then you decide for your own sake lah. But again, if you're talking about creative industries, as I think Bila mentioned about the creative industries is open lah. I mean in Malaysia, dia tak asing. I mean we are empowering digital economy. So orang yang kerja digital economy kita lah, siapa lagi kan. I mean you create design, you do services for apps, web, mobile semua. That is how I can see lah. If the country is pushing towards economy yang memang support kita punya ecosystem, we are great to survive. Macam tu lah. Unless the economy go for agriculture, macam okay, we need to think on that line lah jugalah. Need to really switch. Ting! Yeah, petani modern. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, itu je my answer.
Tapi kalau kita tengok balik kan, like if we see right now, kita dah shift to online. Everything dah online dah sekarang ni. Classes online, businesses online. Business yang ada butik yang banyak tu pun tutup and do online. So online is part of creative. Online is part of multimedia juga kan. So you learn about the platform. You need to know what kind of platform you nak buat. Even let's say kata kalau for example like dia buat something about business for example. So all this while tak pernah pergi online, tak pernah tahu pun what is YouTube live, what is IG live, how to do poster on Instagram. So now they have to learn about it. So I think creative field ni dia punya dia punya sustainability dia tu macam it won't
panjangan.
Dia tak akan fade. Dia tak akan fade langsung. So because technology is evolving every time. Kita baru je beli gadget baru, tiba-tiba ada a new one. iPhone baru keluar, tiba-tiba ada iPhone with more features yang given to the user. So for myself, I think macam if you choose creative field, you won't go wrong with it. Because of course, bila you buat creative, you can also do business. You can also do whatever Jazmi buat tadi. Semua tu kan. Semua yang Jazmi buat tadi semua. So yeah, it's something that you need to explore because creative field ni dia kat semua tempat. It's inside every field, I can say. Creative field is inside every field. So yeah, so it's something that you bayangkan daripada tahun 2005 lah, macam I enrolled 2005, maybe Jazmi 2004 kan, foundation, right? So yeah, back then Mia pun 2006, is it? You my junior kan?
2009.
2009. Enroll. So back then pun in the 2000 era pun dah ada creative field dah wujud dah, even way before that. So it's evolving, it's always evolving, it's always there. It will never fade. Tu yang I rasa macam you will never do wrong with it. Creative.
Betul. Macam tadi cakap creativity, creative field tak ada salah, betul. So benda tu akan sentiasa ada dengan kita berpanjang kan.
Yep.
So SPM leavers out there, dengar tu dengan betul-betul, apply those advice to your situation. It's not easy, but take your time to process and weigh your options out very well. We had an interesting and informative session with Putri, Jazmi, Miss Harim, Miss Amelia. They have given us very helpful and convincing advice for SPM leavers, and not to mention for us too, the existing MMU students.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Okay, sebelum kita end our session, kita ada a few question daripada dekat kita punya YouTube comment. So, soalan pertama daripada Amir Rocket, nama dia. Okay, soalan ni rasa dituju pada Mr. Harim. Okay, dia nak tahu, dalam sekarang kan subjek yang patut physical class, dalam physical class seperti kelas drawing, performance arts, lab ke, yang pakai software lebih canggih ke, macam mana kelas tu will be conducted in online?
Yes, I have some students who are struggling to do this these classes, which is kita gunakan software kan. For example, macam you belajar 3D, 2D, or you belajar video editing. So those are the courses that you will have to use software. And first thing, of course, the device, and of course network, because you need to have network between each other lah. So how do I handle my class? I would make sure that my students have those kind of software. First thing in my class, I would ask, do you have device? Sebab during this pandemic, everyone struggle. Ada lecturer yang struggle, ada students struggle because there's no device. So I would ask, do you have device, as in laptop, or if not, do you have a mobile phone, which is a smart mobile phone lah? Because kalau ada mobile phone pun, at least we can do something about it. So once they said yes, everyone had a device, so I'm gonna ask them whether they have, they can get the software yang which I use in the class. So when everyone is saying okay, then problem settle lah. Okay, tapi there are some students di mana they don't have device, they don't have the ability to even buy the device ataupun the network ke apa. So kat situ lecturer have to be creative on how to tackle the issue. I have one story. This is a story about my student lah regarding the online class tadi. So my student ni dia tak ada, she was doing her final year project doing degree dekat IP institution KLMUC. So she doesn't have device. So all this while masa kita kelas physical class dekat dalam kelas, she was doing her assignments, her project ke apa, semua menggunakan lab yang disediakan di college. So we have this lab, we have Mac lab, we have HP lab. So boleh student nak guna je. We give the time to for them to use. So she done all her assignments in the lab. Okay. Bila kita shift online, that was the time when she did her project. Can you imagine? You guys degree kan? You got project, you final year, you project shift online. So you know, ada students ni diorang tahu macam mana the way how to tackle this issue, you know. And of course dia ada effort to do it. So what she did was she doesn't own laptop. she doesn't own a desktop. She just have her phone. Lepas tu lecturer kelas project tu lah what they decided is that this student needs to find lah any other apps yang boleh menggantikan the software that they're using in the class. So the student wanted to do a 2D animation. So they found this software, these apps. So the end product of the apps project punya student, I must say it's a good one. It's a good one despite of just using mobile phone. Tapi of course lah, can you imagine mobile phone punya screen kecil kan? Tak puas lah you nak buat kan? But it was a good one. I can say that both lecturer and student struggle that time to make it good. Tapi yeah, they did it. So cara pembelajaran dalam online tu, there are different style which we need to cater for different issue. So not all, tak semua orang bertuah mempunyai wifi internet connection laju apa semua kan, tak semua orang. So as you know pun ramai macam kat Sarawak kena pergi kat hujung sungai dalam perahu belajar just to get connection. So lecturers or teachers, they have to think creatively on how to tackle the issue. So as in my class, as of now, I'm in my class more okay. So what we did is just that we go online and then I will demo just like macam dalam kelas, demo sikit demo the tutorial and all, and then I will do test to see whether they do it. Like I said, takutlah student tidur ke kan kat belakang screen tu. So I will give them one day to test them whether they are actually responding to whatever I teach them online. So when they actually respond, they doing it right, using the software. So yeah, my my method is jadi okay lah. So cara untuk online ni that's different than masa dalam kelas lah. Kena pandai untuk tackle issue tu. Yeah.
Okay, terima kasih Miss Harim. Satu jawapan yang bagus. So saya harap dia menjawab soalan pada Ambil Rocket tadi. Okay, kita ada soalan yang kedua yang ditujukan kepada Mr. Jazmi daripada AFI. So dia tanya, macam mana nak jadi seorang teknologis?
Wow.
Dengan music techno. Can we? Correct. Alright. Di Malaysia kita ada Malaysia Board of Technologies, nama singkatan dia MBOT lah. So MBOT ni buat? MBOT ni adalah satu majlis yang kita panggil, dia oversee technologies di dalam Malaysia. So the biggest question, who are the technologies kan? Teknologi ni ada banyak cluster lah, daripada IT sector, networking, security, dan di cluster kita creative multimedia. Okay, so no worry, creative practitioners macam you, kita semua ni, kita consider as technologists, yang di mana kita took ke diploma, degree, masters dan PhD dalam bidang yang sama, iaitu bidang creative multimedia or related dengan multimedia lah. So untuk jadi technologist, dia bukannya nak jadi, oh aku adalah labeling seorang technologist yang cemerlang, dia bukan macam tu lah. So dia lebih kepada you are practicing the technology lah kan. Kalau you have a equivalent certificates and then you practice technology dalam industry for 2 to 3 years, and then you have come out with research and development, and then you dah nurture, dah produce students, yes, you can apply for professional technologies dekat MBOT. So I think if you want to consider that as title TS atau professional technologies, just do dia macam apa, you kena bayar macam setiap tahun lah, dia macam professional macam IR, engineer, AR, architect dan lain-lain, itulah nama-nama macam tu. So itulah disiplin dan teknologi. Dan the biggest surprise is, don't worry, kita punya ex-president MMU di belakang tabi, MBOT. Yay! Yep, that is in the nutshell lah. So boleh menjawab lah ya.
Harap menjawab.
Harap menjawab soalan pada Afai nama dia.
Afai, okay.
Okay, terima kasih Mr. Jazmi. So sekarang saya akan kembali kepada Sheila.
Okay, itu saja soalan daripada audience. Azim?
Setakat ni itu je.
Alright.
Oh, ada yang grill lagi ke? Grill, come on audience. Bring it on. FCM culture.
Mr. Jazmi nampak suka betul kat MMU and FCM.
Yeah.
Yes. I think the thing yang macam I mentioned tadi, thing yang FCM bagi kita opportunity is for us and everyone to talk like crazy. Macam, this is our world, man, creative world, man. You just can talk anything. Macam tu lah.
Anything and everything. Alright.
Yep.
It's already the end of episode 3 of Students Tanya Alumni Jawab. I would like to say thank you very much to Mr. Jazmi, Miss Harim, Miss Amelia for your inspiring insights. I wish you all the best today and always. What's good about Students Tanya Alumni Jawab ni is that the key takeaways of this program are also applicable for us students who are venturing to the adulthood life soon. Also, thank you MMU for having all of us and giving us this opportunity to have a chill session with the alumni. And not to forget our audience at home, terima kasih kerana sudi setia bersama kami sampai akhir episod pada hari ini. And the game, advice, don't be afraid to try something new.
Yes.
The greater the risk, the greater the reward.
Yap, betul tu. So saya nak tambah sikit Asyiela. Okay, saya tak nak cakap banyak sangat. So kalau korang betul-betul berminat dalam creative field, FCM memanglah tempat paling sesuai untuk korang. So di sini lah korang boleh develop skill korang. Ada certain student from zero to hero. Okay, kita boleh tengok alumni FCM ni banyak yang dah cipta nama sendiri. Seperti Nizam Razak, Boboiboy dan juga Usama Zaid, Ejen Ali. So tunggu apa lagi guys? Pergi register sekarang guys. SPM
Yes. And not to mention our lecturer here, our alumni lecturer semua pun
Yes.
sama.
Baik guys.
Okay, so let's end tonight's session with a round of applause and many thanks to our alumni. Yay.
Thank you for inviting. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you
The audience out there.
everybody.
Okay. Don't forget to join the next episode on the same day at the same time. Banyak lagi alumni MMU yang akan share their advice and experiences macam tadi. Juga by clicking subscribe, like, share with your friends and family about Students Tanya Alumni Jawab. Brought to you, Multimedia University. Assalamualaikum and good night.